But we will go ahead and wait a moment and see how that goes. But to get things started, um, myself, oh, looks like he's rebuffering. So,
And then there was
um,
two.
man, very true. But we shall see what happens here in a moment. Um, so, to get things started, I myself am still a beginner in cosplay. I love it. I've gone to six different Comic Cons, and I started off going at an expo. Most of you, if you're familiar in Grand Rapids, let alone Michigan, you may have heard of JFAX. And that was actually my first introduction to this. And I wanted to make this podcast to bring this to everyone from beginner to experienced and just have fun with it. So, Hank, how long have you been doing the cosplay scene?
Oh, um, well, the story I usually like to tell is I've been going to Motor City Comic Con since it was just in a big barn kind of building. So now it's massive. But cosplaying um, regularly, probably like '07, '06, '07, probably.
Okay. And
So
you said that you and your entire family do this.
yes, well, we've all cosplayed a lot. My oldest boy, he's 20. He's going to be 26 pretty soon. So he's kind of gotten out of it, and they grow up, and then we've got our oldest daughter that she's at 99% of the stuff with me. So and the wife cosplays, and youngest son he does some, and the youngest daughter she'll do some, but she's in college also, so she's more into the farm and animal life, so which is fine.
Okay. Hey, everyone's got their thing, and by the sounds of it, she's got a really fun one there. I'm
Yeah.
assuming probably going into the possibility of either veterinary or animal assistance.
uh, she wants to be an agri-science teacher.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, and unfortunately we had to change our alliance from Michigan to kind of state while she's there, so
Nah, I think you can still go ahead and have both.
so
Okay, and welcome back.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, internet issues, but what did I
I'm
miss?
well aware. So I went ahead and asked Hank what got him into cosplay, how long he's been doing it. Well, let's see. That was a weird blink. I apologize for that.
It's all good,
All
man.
right. So what got you into cosplaying right here, Art?
That is a very good question. So I started cosplaying shortly after I got out of high school, which was about 2011. I had a couple of friends who were into it, and I had been following the scene for a couple of years at that point. So I actually sent you this. One of my first cosplays was Link from Ocarina of Time. That's one of the few I've actually made by hand. I typically tend to buy mine because I do a lot of superhero related stuff, spandex, all that. Can't really make that myself. So that was pretty much how I got started into cosplay, and the the hobby just kept growing from there because I started doing character parties. I started working with charity groups. Um, I ran with the Last Saber Council back in Jacksonville, Florida. That's where I did most of my cosplaying. Florida seems to have a lot more opportunities for cosplayers than Michigan does at the moment, which to me, it's a little heartbreaking.
No, I hear that. We see a lot of cosplayers here, but compared to around the states, let alone the world, it still seems like it's getting familiar, I guess you could say, or brand new.
Right. And The only cons I can think of that are within decent driving distance of us is like Grand Rapids Comic Con. I know JFAX has fallen out of favor in the last couple of years, but they're still around. Motor City Comic Con. And you got Colossal Con down in Sandusky. But other than that, there's not really a lot of conventions as far as anime, video games, comic books are concerned up here.
That is true. Recently, though, I've been told about Astronomicon, and here in Cadillac, there is going to be on the 1st of April a pop culture con as well.
First time hearing about this, but I'm gonna have to come down to Cadillac to check it out.
Same here. It's actually April 6th is what it is, and the only reason why I found out. Now, both of you have gone to the Grand Rapids Comic Con, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So if you were there in 2023, you may have seen the costume contest where there was a contestant dressed up as Darth Deku from My Hero Academia.
Oh, okay.
So they are Pink Opal cosplay, and they are going to be a guest as well as Pink Petal cosplay at the convention here in Cadillac. And that's how I found out there's a local one too. So this one's only 20 minutes away from where I live, and you know what? I'm going.
Heck yeah, man. You said that's April 1st?
I thought it was the 1st, but that was actually an error from last year's. This year it's on the 6th.
The 6th. Okay. I think I might be able to make it.
Yeah, I took the day off. I will be making it, definitely. It's at the Wexford Center in Cadillac, Michigan.
Okay. I'll put in my time off request and I'll see you there.
Sounds good. And Hank, what is the initial reason that got you into cosplaying?
Oh boy, that's really hard to answer.
Well, if it makes it easier, my initial was my love of Halloween. I've always loved dressing up every year, but it always felt short. One day out of the entire year to have fun, create something, and go out. That's when I was introduced to JFAX and saw people dressing up, and was just, oh, this is a regular thing. Okay, I'm down for that.
I guess the main, probably something like that. Just going to all the Comic Cons all over and stuff. I would see people dressed up. Of course, back then it wasn't as big as it is now, but my love of Star Wars, so I would dress up and then join the Rebel Legion and 501st and the Mercs and the League of Enchantment, and kind of just grew from there. Did the Jedi for many years, and then wanted to do something else with Tusken Raider, build droid. It just has gone, Ghostbusters, Spaceballs. I don't know the list. We have a very extensive list of our outfits.
I did see that both of you sent some great photos, and that Tusken Raider was spot on, amazing, and your droid work. Honestly, if I had the money, I would ask you, can I buy one? Because that is beautiful.
I've had lots of people offer that and stuff, and I don't think I could. I mean, I've got some droids that don't make it out of the garage maybe once a year or something, but I don't know. You kind of you build them, and then I don't know. I can't seem to. I don't think I'd be able to get rid of them. And if you're interested, I mean, it's worth trying. Like I said, heck, I had to have my daughter help me with the computer and stuff, so I'm not real technologically inclined, but I have a lot of ingenuity. So I've been able to create some not super screen accurate, but the droids still bring a ton of joy to people at cons and kids at some hospitals and different events. So, and that's all that really matters. Boy, I'd love to have a screen accurate R2D2, but Yeah, maybe one day, but they still bring a ton of joy, and that's what matters.
That well said. A couple of years ago, I went and dressed up for the first time as Ash Williams from Evil Dead, and
Nice.
and that year,
I should say groovy.
yes, um, that was actually the first year where I had a lot of people asking to take pictures. And don't get me wrong, having people ask to do that was great, but it wasn't until this young kid wearing a Jason mask who was enthralled, and he said, "I love your character in Fortnite, but I know it's not from Fortnite, and you're the good guy, and I'm the bad guy. So I want a picture together." And that just made it. Having that
It's honestly
reaction.
oh, I'm sorry, Jerry.
Oh, you're good.
It's honestly those little moments like you and Hank both mentioned. That's why I still cosplay Spider-Man. Like just walking through a con or going to a hospital or something and seeing that kid's face just light up because, oh my God, there's Spider-Man. That's
Yep.
Spider-Man. Heck, one of my friends, her son, he has known me as Spider-Man for years, ever since he was about 2 or 3, I believe. To him, I'm Spider-Man. Everybody else is a fake. I'm Spider-Man to him. And
There you
that's
go.
honestly just, it's hard to put into words the type of feeling you get when you experience that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, people getting pictures, but especially now with the droids, so kids will want pictures, or did a walk for wishes a couple years ago at the Detroit Zoo for Make a Wish, and just this little kid. Sorry, just this little kid is. This is the best day ever. Just looking at my droid and having it talk to him, and I mean, yeah, it was. It just stuff like that is just.
It is. And there's different level of cosplayers, of course. Now me, I'm more of your budget cosplayer, if you will. I usually don't have much money between bills. Life gets the best of us, but I will try to make do. And I would love it if I had some way to do that with an interaction of a droid. Just have fun with it, on a con. But we'll see later on down in life. Never know.
Never say never.
Exactly. Or, of course, as a nice little famous proverb from Buckaroo Banzai, remember, wherever you go, there you are.
I like that. But yeah, no, I've dabbled in Star Wars cosplay too. Jerry, I sent you a couple of the photos, and I mentioned Last Saber Council back then when I was running with them, Jedi Academy in North Florida. But I'm sure you guys are aware of the whole New York Jedi debacle.
Unfortunately, I am not. When it comes down to a lot of the different groups like this, I'm still new to that. The only ones I'm really familiar with are the more local groups itself here, like Cherryland Ghostbusters or the Coalition down by Grand Rapids area. GI Joe's, the finest, but not
Gotcha.
too much into that where I know a lot about what's going on in the world.
Gotcha. Okay. So to add some context here, a couple of years ago, Disney just sent them a little note saying, "Hey, change your guys' name." Wasn't a C and D or anything. They weren't breaking out the big guns yet. It was just, could you guys please change your name? New York Jedi were like, just typical New Yorkers, right? They're just like, "Hey, screw you. We're gonna keep the name." And it got to a point where Disney did have to actually bring out the big guns. But when that whole thing happened, the Grand Master of our order, yeah, we got really into it. RP, the whole 9 yards. I made it to Jedi Knight before I dropped out. Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, we're going to change your name. We're not to mess with the mouse. You don't ever mess with the mouse."
Oh, definitely not.
The mouse dictates a lot of our world too, but it's all good.
This is true. I was actually trying to see about getting the 501st or the Mandalorian Mercs to show up for an event in December, But depending on the style of it, they were saying that it might not be able to be done due to the fact of the licensing for Disney and in their whole situation. But I found out from one of the actual representatives, sometimes Disney will lift it in December just for the heck of it, essentially, allowing them to do more things, be more active and out there to help different events.
Interesting. I kind of had a feeling Disney probably put a tighter hold on the 501st, Mandalorian Mercs, the Rebel Legion. I feel like before Disney bought out LucasArts just was like, hey, as long as you aren't claiming these are yours, have at it.
Yeah, there's some events that we don't really do anymore, but they do lift things every so often, and I'm a part of both groups, so I would talk to the person in charge on those. I can always help you get in contact with them also. So we just had elections in the group, so sometimes the things are changing, or yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, after the show, I'm definitely going to get back with you on that one because we tried last year, and sadly, I got a little too late in the invitation to set anything up, so no one was able to get the time off to drive. But I did get the representative that was running the whole thing saying, we got a green light. So we're able to show up if anyone can. So that was at least one thing.
Yeah, sometimes we get events requests a year ahead of time. Sometimes even so, it's yeah.
So what you're saying is, get off the podcast today, set it up for this December.
It's always worth a shot. Lots of times it comes down to, because we're all volunteers, so it comes down to what's going on that weekend. Just recently, I was the last Comic-Con, somebody was inquiring. They put in a request for a wedding on May 4th. Well, we already have just the 501st alone. We already have 23 events going on that day. So obviously it's May 4th and it's a Saturday. So, and it's free comic book day also. So.
Does that fall on May the 4th this year?
Yeah. First Saturday of May. So, it's a very busy day, but if it's in somebody's hometown, then there's always a shot. So.
Well, I'm going to toss this out there as well. If anyone is looking to have their wedding at a Comic-Con or would like someone to officiate at a discounted rate, I'm your man. I'll throw my hat in the ring right there.
Some friends of ours had their wedding at Capital City Comic-Con a few years ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
I don't know why I'm thinking of that Simpsons episode where a comic book guy and Krabappel got together. They were about to get married at the convention, and see Skinner just busted in wearing the Catwoman suit. I'm sorry, I don't know why that just crossed my mind when you guys were talking about that.
I can answer that one for you. The reason why it crossed your mind is because, like many of us who have a creative mind and love the art, any small little bit will automatically bring that back instantly. Why? Because we think a mile a minute, but we enjoy every second.
I love that. If you don't mind, I'm going to steal that from you, Jerry.
Oh, by all means. I hold no copyright to anything that I say. I just believe in what I say because, you have to enjoy life. There's no more room anymore these days of dwelling on what was bad, what was wrong, what to worry. Things happen. Things end up working out, regardless of what level it is, I mean, look at me. I'm still smiling. I got a shirt on my back. I have a job. But I have been homeless. And I still went to the Comic-Con because I paid my bills. I had a place that still kept me warm. And I found time for fun. It's all about how you perceive life and how you manage it.
I like that. Wise words to live by.
It took me a while to actually learn them.
So, you mind if I
about
call
building
you?
growth.
Oh, sorry, Hank.
Sorry.
I was gonna say. So, can I stop calling you Jerry and just call you Master Yoda?
If you wish, that could be arranged.
Thank you, Master Yoda.
You should start talking like Yoda then.
So
You
can't right
thought about
now.
it.
No, yes, I have, because ironically, that is something I want to get into is voice acting.
Hey,
But
birds of a feather here.
where I'm at right now, I can't quite do that without the sound being wrong as well as way too loud for everyone else in the room.
Yeah, being a stage actor myself, I kind of stopped caring about being too loud.
It's something I'm still struggling with is the respect of everyone else around me, and even though they've given me the okay, it still doesn't feel just right, and I don't know why, but soon I will break out of that, but we'll see.
I mean, they're gonna be thinking fondly on that when you make it big. Next big anime, we see Jerry taking the main character slot. They're gonna be like, "Well, dang,
Well, that would be fun,
that would
but
be."
it's the same thing that I do when I go to the Comic-Con. If I'm dressing up as a particular character, I try my best to go ahead and actually sound or even do the mannerisms.
You're playing the part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I've set up a little slide right here to, because this is the pilot episode, and I wanted to go ahead and also show some of the things that I've done, which isn't much compared to you guys that I've seen from your slideshows. But let me show you this really quick.
Oh my god! Yes, there's Ash right there.
I think I remember you now. Yeah. It's so hard to. I see the things on Facebook all the time. I saw you at the con. Why didn't you say hi?
Yep.
Or I've been to so many Comic Cons. I don't take too many pictures, and sometimes I don't even see very much because I'm either focused on our group, or I'm focused on my character, or my eyes are dead set on one of my droids. So I think the first year we went to Lexington Comic Con, but we never even really saw the con because we were focused on everything we were doing. So
Yeah, Hank, I can empathize with that. So that's why I tend to get the bigger lenses for Spider-Man, because it gives me more visibility. But Deadpool, yeah, I need somebody with me because the eye holes are literally like very, very minuscule, and it completely messes with my peripheral vision. Last time I brought up Deadpool, which not on Halloween, but Grand Rapids Comic Con Spring Fling before the DeVos, not the DeVos, whatever the last venue they had the Spring Fling one at. My friend, before they moved to Kalamazoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Was it the Deltaplex?
Yes, the Deltaplex.
Sadly, no longer with us anymore, but yeah,
Sadly,
I remember
unfortunately. That. But yeah, no, my friend Barbie flew out from California to join me for that. They were Harley Quinn, I was Deadpool. They basically had to lead me around because I could barely see. Somebody be calling my name, and they'd be like, "Hey, Art, I think somebody's calling for you." Like, "Oh, what?" Wildly swinging around.
Yep.
It's like my Tuscan Raider. I describe it as if you took toilet paper rolls and put them over your eyes, and that's about all you see is that. I've did a hospital visit and literally walked into a pole because all the doors open and there weren't any poles in between any of them. But then we walked in the cafeteria and I'm just walking straight and
Yep. Been there, done that, but sadly, I did that without a mask.
Yeah, same here.
Hey, at least I can admit it, right?
True that. I mean, we can laugh about it. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
That and no stitches.
Yeah, I've only had 4 in my life, and there were 4 too many.
No, I've got a list of cosplays I would love to go ahead and actually get done in the near future. But some of them, I get it. You know, like the inability to be able to see properly. Is someone going to be there with? You know, all these little things. One of them, as simplistic as it is, um, it's still hard because, like the Tuscan Raider you were mentioning, it would actually have you know, things sticking out. So my peripherals would basically be only 3 millimeters, if that, just straightforward. And that's actually Boris the Animal from Men in Black 3.
Nice. I don't see a lot of Men in Black
yeah.
cosplays.
I would love to do that, you know, and just you know, grow out the facial hair a little bit, get the nice long wig, you know, get the whole thing set up, and then just have fun with it, you know.
That's one I don't think I've seen before. So yeah, that would be that'd be awesome.
Okay, so now someone's saying I should do it. Okay, there's my motivation.
Do it.
No, it's more do it. Okay, do you understand?
I can't. It's not the Jedi way.
Ah, just remember, it's just Boris, not the animal.
We are throwing quotes from 2 different fandoms out right now.
Yeah.
If not more.
You'd be the one back in the 60s, though. That way you'd have 2 arms still, right?
Yes. However, I did actually look at a way to do the more recent one as well. A little bit more of a constraint, but I'd be willing to do it.
And that
I
might
can
be the
see
one
it.
that people recognize more too. I don't know when Boris, I was trying to think, and I instantly thought of him in the lunar prison. So
Yep.
that was the image I got. So, and sometimes those cosplays like that, or like the Tuscan Raider, I had never really sewn anything before, so I was like, okay, I'll go with Tuscan Raider because it's supposed to look rough and beat up, and if things aren't working right, then that adds to the look of it. So
Well said. Yes.
and then you'd be surprised too, because some of the I think of my Hagrid cosplay. The wife does Bellatrix Lestrange, and oh, she looks great as that. So I figured, okay, I'm a big guy, I'll do Hagrid, and that was just something I threw together just almost overnight, and I was surprised how many people just absolutely love it. Have, you know, here I've, you know, done this, I've done that, I've done this, but I spent, you know, $40-$50, and everybody just is flipping out over Hagrid. So it's that one's kind of really like theater costumes almost. It's split in the back. I mean it looks like a vest and a coat, but it's essentially just thrown on. So
No, I definitely get that. My Castiel that you saw in the little reel I did, I got all that for about $15. The jacket was at a special consignment shop an old friend of mine took me to. She always loved to go to get free stuff. And I look out of the corner of my eye and there it is. And instantly it's like, all right, if I can find a shirt and a tie to go along with, it's done. Sure enough, they had everything there except for the pants.
Nice. I've been wanting to cosplay Castiel for a little while, and everyone meet my dog Oakley. She decided she wanted to bomb the podcast. All right, go lay down, baby. Come on.
Hey, more the merrier.
Go lay down. I'll take y'all soon. Okay. And she's in for the long haul.
What kind of dog?
Labrador. Yellow lab. And yes, she is a hunter.
So what you're saying is G.I. Joe, and you can go as Law and Order.
You know,
Yeah.
I like that. I guess it's better than having her be Old Yeller, huh?
Oh no, that one. Sorry, scratch that. We can't hear that one right now. I've already cried enough.
Actually,
I don't need more.
my old dog was a German Shepherd mix, and I kind of wanted to cosplay Vault Dweller and her be Doggy.
That would have been fun. Yeah.
Come on, put it down.
My mom has donkeys, and I've thought about doing Shrek.
Hey, even if you can't do it at the Comic-Con, you can always go ahead and do a photo shoot for that.
That's true.
Unless
Then again-
you've got treats, they don't behave. So
Well, just
Do
remember,
the roar.
waffles.
Do the roar.
Yep. Gosh. Do the roar. Yeah.
I just got over being sick, so my voice is still a little messed up.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, you definitely did better, though.
Well, the only reason why my voice sounds the way it does right now is because I spent the other night literally in the car singing at the top of my lungs to get that crackle gone.
You know, maybe I should do that.
I don't suggest it only because it does hurt, but I'm a glutton for punishment to go ahead and, finish for the arts of what I'm going to do. I mean,
Hey, man, I worked at the Haunt for a few years, and I
You win.
spent 6+ hours screaming at people in a clown voice. I think I
Yeah.
can handle that.
yeah, at some of the big sporting events, if I do the Tuscan Raider, I'll do the Tuscan Raider yell, and
Ooh.
the next day I feel it. So I've got a microphone, so it projects my voice, but still, yeah.
No, I hear that. I've got a particular voice that I can do that everyone thinks is synthesized, recorded. But I've only done it once when I dressed up as the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. However, I realized recently that it actually sounds almost like one of the body snatchers at the end of the movie.
Oh,
So if I'm at the Comic-Con and you guys see me for any particular reason and I'm wearing regular street clothes, just yell out my name in a question of like you don't know it's me, and I will turn around and just
Keep
watch
that
how
in
many
mind,
people
Jerry.
there. Just see how many of those people that are around hear the sound and be like, because yep, it will be 100% me, no synthetics, no recordings, no nothing.
and,
When
and
I
that's
see
cool.
you, I'm doing that.
And that's cool for the people that you'll have a lot of people that don't quite get it, but the ones that do get it will get a big kick out of it. The last Comic-Con last weekend, there was a guy as a Mars Attack, the Martian going around.
Yes.
And I grabbed one of my speakers off my droids and I started playing that song that they play at the end of to kill the Martians. And I'm walking up behind him, and he's inside that dome and stuff, and he starts to twitch like this, and he turns around and looks and he sees me. Well, then I'm kind of chasing him around the con with the speaker for a little bit, and the people that understood are just laughing and other people are just looking at, oh, what's going on? But I mean, yeah.
And that's the thing, we get a lot of people who they go to a con just for a little bit, like, oh, I saw this person, I knew this, but they're not into the scene. So other people, they're like us, who probably have a plethora of movies, shows, and all sorts of pop culture knowledge from everything growing up. And we see the slightest little thing, and instantly,
You
And
just
I'm-
described how my brain works to a T, man.
oh, I'm terrible for that. All these stuff that I've seen, all this stuff that I've read back in the day, it just sadly it sticks. Yet you go ahead and ask me standard equations of that I should have learned, and they take me a little longer.
Yep. Same here, man. I
But if you
still
go
ask
ahead-
Siri what's for math questions.
I'm horrible with names. I'll probably see you at a con and like, oh yeah, the podcast, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
You're
if
that
I'm
guy
dressed
from
up,
The Thing.
yeah.
yeah.
But it's easy to remember me for a few different reasons. You can either remember Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Who can't go ahead and remember that because it's absolutely delicious? Or Jerry Springer. Just make sure to keep the chairs away from everyone because they might throw them at me.
Jerry, Jerry, Jerry.
That happens every time I walk into work.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
see,
and then
now
I'm
I'll
told,
remember. Now that you said that, now I'll remember.
and of course after they do that, they tell me all the bad news.
They hype you up, then they tell you the bad news.
Yep. Every time. But hey, such is life, right?
C'est la vie.
Now, you guys have both sent me some amazing photos, and I made a couple reels right here to showcase that. Who would like to go first?
I'll let Hank go first. I'm feeling generous
Oh,
today.
thanks.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this right here.
Oh,
Yeah. That was
there's the
worthy.
Tuscan. Santa. I love it.
Yeah, we drive around as Mr. and Mrs. Claus on
There's
Christmas Eve.
Hagrid.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, yes. On the Rancor. I love it. That's Roxy, isn't it? Roxy?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, if I dig back far enough on my phone, I got a picture with Roxy.
Yeah, that was down in Cincinnati Comic Con. Yeah.
Now,
I met her
was
at Magic City Comic Con in Miami.
Oh, all right.
nice. Now, who was the actual person who created that? I know at the Grand Rapids Comic Con there was his group was called Brazen Monkey, and they did Iron Giant. They did Toothless. He's got a current Appa that he's going around
Yeah.
now. But
I want to see
who
this.
did that one?
I could look it up. Roxy has her own Facebook page, and actually, there's Roxy and I can't remember. He has a life size, well, almost life size looking Basilisk from Harry Potter that goes around with it now. I can't remember what they named that, but yeah, and he's they've got a I can't think of the creature, but Tito wrote it in Force Awakens when he captured BB-8 kind of in the desert, and Rey first found the creature that he rode. They've got one of those also.
Wow.
So
I need to check a lot of these more out because, wow, that's just awesome.
yeah, the Rancor is really awesome, and the guy you mentioned with the Appa and stuff, we see him at all the Comic Cons too. The last one we saw, they had added like a fan, and just the fur kind of blows in the wind from the fan, and it just adds a whole nother level to it. So yeah, he's got a Falcor from Never Ending Story also. I'm trying to think of all the ones that he's had, but
well, the picture that you saw with me,
Toothless and the Light Fury also. Yeah.
Yep. And the picture that I showed on my little reel, you saw there was also Battle Cat and
Panther too. Yeah, we got pictures of us on them also. Yeah, and recently he added the mask to Battle Cat also.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Art, you mentioned that your first cosplay was Link.
Yes.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I actually got that as the first one to start your reels. Let's go ahead and show these.
Oh, yeah, that was my updated one. I love those pictures still. Yeah, that's the first one. Oh, man. There's a story behind that one. I missed that cosplay. There's my R2. Oh, that's not my R2, but that's from the last Saber Council.
Okay.
Oh, those look awesome.
Thank you.
Now, who won in that fight?
That was before we changed it up where I won. We actually killed each other in that duel, but we changed it up after I got promoted. That one is also my favorite one. That's my friend Barbie, who made my Trevor cosplay and who came up to visit me from California.
Yeah, those look bigger on the inside.
It definitely was. That's an old one.
You know, that picture, that last one, I think I've seen that one like floating around on the internet before.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Yeah, I was the Spider Carnage in that one. Like, I
Those
saw
are awesome.
Deadpool running up, and I'm like, oh no, screw this. I'm a Spider-Man villain. I'm coming up with him. And the TASM 2 behind there, I believe that's my buddy Willis. Yeah, great guy. But yeah, you see him, he's just like, why? And man, I meant to send you that video, but that same photo shoot, we did a separate one with all the spider people. So we had a little battle, a little sing off. So all the spider men and all like the spider women, Gwen's, all that. We did
Yeah.
this little sing off. We did I Want It That Way.
Oh,
And it was great. I think Real T Dragon recorded that one back in 2015, so you have to go back a little bit, but
okay.
it was a fun
We'll
little
see
shoot.
we'll see about getting that video, and we'll go ahead and post it on the page for others to see as well, because I am really intrigued to hear that.
It was great. And then there's another one, Make 'em Laugh Films, MegaCon a few years ago. That was when Civil War came out. We
Okay.
had a Captain America Spider-Man cosplayer. That wasn't me at the time. I got mine like a year or two ago. And then I had an Iron Spider at the time. And so we had this whole like little battle and whatnot. Jason does a lot of comedy videos, and I've worked with him on a couple of his videos before. He's a good guy. Haven't seen him in a while.
I can understand that. I mean, I like comedy myself, so to have fun, to help someone out, oh, I would be definitely down for that.
Definitely. I mean, it's a good time. I didn't really get credited, but at the same time, it's like, oh, look at that. I'm on YouTube on a popular comedy page. So, that's right off the bucket list for me.
You take the wins where you can get them.
True that.
Yeah.
Something else.
Asked me to send you a few pictures, and like I said, it's oh boy, I've been doing this for like 20 years now. It's trying to select a few, and here and there, and yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I get it.
it's hard. I've been doing this since 2011. It's 2024, so about 13 years at this point. And you're right, Hank. When you've been doing it for a while, it's hard to pick like the right pictures. That's why I sent so many, because I'm like, this one's good. No, this one's cool. This one's cool. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just send them all, and I'll let him pick which ones he likes.
Oh, I should have done that. There we go.
Hey, for next time, right?
True that. And I still got plenty more for you.
Now, aside from that, of course, I mean, we've had some awesome experiences we've talked about, the photos, the stories behind them. But the question right now is, what are you working on now?
I'll let Hank go first.
Right now I'm building a nearly life-size Stap from Star Wars, single troop armored platform. It's the little things that the battle droids would fly around in on Naboo. The little single, and they were in the Clone Wars and stuff too. So, building a life-size one of those. So.
Nice.
Nice. That is awesome.
Oh boy, it's always working on cosplays, especially for the oldest daughter. The wife wants some more cosplay. The kids said I've got to get my Gamorrean guard by the end of the year.
Ooh,
so,
I want to see that, man.
Yeah,
You both.
Yeah, I've got too many. hopes and dreams and plans and stuff. I've always wanted to do a bounty hunter from the Critters, because I figured, they're shapeshifters, so they could look like anybody, and then just for fun, I could always put a green mask on or something, just to, I mean, I've got my Krite right here, so I mean, he's,
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
I warmed up to him. She didn't like him at first, so
I know the feeling there. No, Grand Rapids Comic Con, when we went there this last year, there was a booth, and they had, I want to say 6 or 7 of the Krites just hanging out, and you have no clue how hard it was not to say, I want them all.
I can understand that.
I've seen those, but I know I could I could find the guy that made this one for me. I think he's in Ohio, but I mean, this guy's, I really like him. He, he's got the little feet and stuff too. So I think we bought him in 2020, I think. Just as we weren't doing much. We still did some cosplay stuff in 2020, fortunately. Some of the groups I was a part of and stuff, or we did drive-by birthday parties where a bunch of people would get together and just drive by and wave or something. So we would dress up for that. And so, but I think we bought him in 2020 just for fun, because I love the Critters, most of the Critter franchise. Yeah.
Not too long ago, I want to say at least a couple months ago, I found my collection. So I ended up watching all 4 movies 4 days in a row.
Nice.
Well, they've got the I think it was on the Sci-Fi Channel or something. They had that limited run series, and I think they even came out with like a made for TV movie.
Yep.
Also, I don't know. The quality was pretty bad. The Critters looked great, but
yeah.
Such as the low budget. Sometimes those are great though, but yeah.
Now, of course, if you go ahead and do one of the bounty hunters from the Critters movies, to be funny about it and to see how many people pay attention to it, make sure to put a staple in your stomach.
I don't think I could pull her off. So
it might not. It doesn't necessarily have to be her. It could just be from someone else in general.
Maybe I could get the wife to do that one.
Oh, see, there you go. Unfortunately, it'd be a limited vocabulary with just one thing: kill Christ.
Yeah, kill Christ. So, yeah, but I know some people wouldn't quite get that, so I figured I'd build this one a cage and carry it around for me, or carry it around with me. So, yeah, but that's kind of my. Those are kind of my. Definitely the Stap and the Gamorrean Guard. Those are definitely the. And then whatever my oldest daughter throws at us, so to try to do. So
nice. I can't wait to see it, man.
Thank you.
You and me both.
Oh, sick. My turn. So before I begin into my next project, how familiar are both of you with the term crossplay? You're familiar,
Definitely.
Jerry?
Oh, yes.
Hank?
Crossplay?
Crossplay.
I probably know what it is just not by name.
Gotcha. So just to add some context for listeners, crossplay is basically when somebody like me, I'm a guy, I cosplay somebody of the opposite gender. So
that's what I figured it was.
Yeah. So like cross-dressing, but switch that up. So my next cosplay, it's actually being made right now. My friend Barbie, who came up to visit me from California a few years ago, they're actually making it. So I'm going to be cosplaying Princess Zelda from Twilight Princess.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
And yeah, I'm going the full 9 yards. Makeup, wig, fake boobs, everything, the works. Because they are putting a lot of time and effort into this costume. It's also going to be my most expensive one. The costume itself is just going to be about 600. I'm not even factoring the cost of the wig, the makeup, everything else. That's going to be a pretty penny too, but it's going to be worth it. And my end goal with this is when I wear this to a con, I want people to do a double take and be like, what is that? Was that a woman or a guy? What the heck?
Just remember to go ahead and get your poses.
Oh, definitely. I have a lot of friends who are in the princess community, so they're going to give me a lot of pointers.
Very nice. Both sound amazing. Definitely want to go ahead and see those.
Oh, and I'm going to do a little shameless advertising here. My friend Barbie does have a store. It's called Barbie's Ballerina Boutique. They make a lot of like ballerina stuff for like shows and performances, but they also do cosplay work. So definitely, if you want a great cosplay, check them out. They're on Instagram and give them some love.
Well, I'll tell you what, since I did not know that you had a plug right there for someone else's store, get the URL, get something situated, and when this episode posts, in the comments on the bottom, make sure to go ahead and add that.
Will do.
That way other people can see, take a look, be able to click on it. If you have a QR code, add that as well. But yeah, more than welcome. I mean, that's what we're about right now. We're trying to get it out there to people, let them know what we do, what we love, and all this fun stuff that's out there, that it's not just for those who have the money. You can go ahead and find stuff around the house. You can go ahead and makeshift some old clothes or things in the garage, and it'll still come out awesome. And people love it because it was you. You did this.
Can't agree anymore with you, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the stap on buildings, a lot of it's just scrap steel and scrap wood I've had around. My Astromechs actually started life as 18-inch Weber grills. So
okay.
Yeah. So
very nice.
He did a plug, so I'll have to do it. My buddy Cody down in Ohio does my 3D printing and stuff, since, like I said, technologically inclined. So
nice.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to be putting some commercials on here as well for the next episodes to come. I have a coworker who has his own 3D printing store. He primarily does Star Wars armor.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to hit him up. I've been wanting to cosplay Captain Rex for years.
Oh, well, I will definitely get you the link right there so you can go ahead and contact him.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem. I mean, the whole thing is, like I said, I mean, we're just here telling everyone about what we love. And, you know, if someone else has got something, I'm more than willing to go ahead and put it up here and let people see it. So I'm going to have a couple, like I said, in the near future. So for a couple friends of mine and people I know. But yeah, I will not go ahead and delete that, because if I know you and you ask, I will gladly go ahead and allow it. No problem.
Not only that, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that they want a cosplay, or they're not quite for sure. They're afraid they're going to get laughed at or something. And some of that may happen, unfortunately, but just go out there and have fun. I'm sure there's, like I said, the Hagrid thing. I spent, my platform boots was the most expensive thing. I think those were like 20, and I just threw that together on a weekend, and how many people love that. And it's probably the cheapest thing I've ever cosplayed made wise. So it just, yeah.
But that's the thing. It still looks awesome. And it was, like you said, just something you threw together that people were in awe about.
Yeah.
So, but we are coming close to the end right now. Do either of you have any closing thoughts that you'd like to go ahead and mention to any of our viewers out there?
I do, actually.
Okay.
May the force be with you.
Love it.
Well, I'll add that too, but I guess I wanted to say is it doesn't matter your skill level. It doesn't matter if you buy your cosplays, if you hand make them, if you pull whatever crap you have out of your closet. You're still a cosplayer. You're still representing that character. Don't let anybody tell you any otherwise. And if they do, tell them where to shove it. Also, since because sicknesses are going around, if you don't feel well, stay home. Don't go to a con. Don't spread con crud. Seriously.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, you see it all the time too. If you can afford a ticket, you can afford deodorant at the Comic Cons.
Oh God, yes. Oh,
Well,
I always wash my Spidey suits and my Deadpool suit after I go to a con. I'm like, yeah, I trust me. I don't trust y'all though.
well, perhaps maybe that'll be one of the cosplays in the near future. It'll be the cabbage cart guy from Avatar, but instead of cabbages, they'll open up and have deodorant and other stuff you can purchase. On that
Give me
note,
ideas, Jerry.
hey, that's what we're all here for. Ideas, creation, dreams, anything you can think of that you can bring to life, do it. It makes you
Heck
happy.
yeah.
It's all that matters.
Love it.
All right. Well, this was the first episode, Cosplayers Paradigm. And I have to say, the two guests that were here today, Art and Hank, phenomenal. Great to have you. And hope to have you on here again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, man. It was great to be here. Honored we were your first. And yeah, let me know. I'll be more than happy to come back on the show. Hopefully next time I have pictures of Zelda to show off.
That would be awesome.
This was
All
my
right.
first student also.
Well, I'm glad to have you here and glad it was your first as well. All right. Well, everyone, you have a good night and thank you for joining us.
You as well. Take care, y'all.
You as
Thank
well.
you for having me.
Welcome.
Are you interested in cosplay, currently a cosplayer, or have an experience you wish to share? Want to be on the show? Simply text, email, or send a message on our Facebook page. I can't wait to hear from you.